Hey guys, it's Tommy CM. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Park Spotlight. Today I'm joined by the one and only Iron Matty. Say hello, Matty.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Today's park is called Avery Forest. Now, Avery Forest was a collaboration park between M&J Games and WebbGaming. So they both had videos of them building different sections of the park, so you can go and check out the videos on both of their channels. I'll leave the description below. And the description for the park says, "Hello everybody, this was a collaboration between Jasmine and I, M&J Games, and Corey from WebbGaming. We created this part as part of a YouTube series, so make sure to go and check out our channels. Thank you to Iron Matty for the Floodgate entrance and to everybody who has supported us and given us advice. Please ride all coasters in front bumper view for best results, but Perilous Plunge is also good in chase mode. Would love to hear your feedback." So yeah, definitely looking forward to this. As you can see, it's a pretty big park. Are you excited for this one, Matty?
I am. This is a mega park. This is the first PlayStation mega park, do you think? The first console mega park? You don't normally see parks of this size on console.
No. It really is stretching to the edge of the map. So yeah, definitely looking forward to this. So yeah, without further ado, we'll jump right in. So starting out in this tunnel, we've this very nice tunnel from the spawn area here. They've been cheeky and put a little screen in to hide the actual spawn tunnel. Just makes it look a little bit neater, I think. And then we have a huge car park here. Now you're an expert on car parks, Matty. I'll let you do the analysing on this.
I wouldn't say I'm an expert. Yeah, really good car park. Does the job. As a very quick overview of the car park, you kind of think, well, where are the cars even coming in? It doesn't actually seem to make much sense. But there's actually a tunnel spawn point for the cars over to the left-hand side, where the cars would come in and drive into the car park, which is a nice little touch.
Yeah. See, yeah.
But, so yeah, really good car park. Everyone does their car parks differently, don't they? So
yeah.
I do like the way that Michael does his.
Yes, yeah, and I think it's interesting as well, seeing how different, like, as you say, different people make them. I know obviously Michael and Jasmine are from the US and Corey's from the UK. So was it Michael or was it Corey who built this one?
Michael.
Was it? Because what I was going to say was, I know in the US the car spaces are sort of angled to the side. They don't tend to have them facing each other like this. They tend to have them like angled because then it's easy to pull in and pull out of. And yeah, so it was just something I picked up there, that this is quite a UK style car park. But yeah, I was just interested on that as to I can't remember who built the initial one. But yeah, and then obviously you got the coach parks here as well. But very nice entrance.
I like the little hazard strips that is put for safety.
Yeah, I always think that they're actually a really useful scenery piece. Anywhere in the park, like on coaster stations and all sorts for, as you say, for safety places like that. I do think they're a very useful piece, and you can colour them, so you don't have to have them yellow and black. You can change them to suit where you need them. But yeah, very useful piece. And then we have "Welcome to Avery Forest," and then we have a list of names on the floor of various contributors and creators on PlayStation. There's you, Matty.
That's me.
And
you?
Yeah, we've been having a look, and I am yet to feature on this park, unless I'm hidden somewhere or unless I'm blank, because I don't know who blank is. Yeah, I shall be having words with M&J and WebbGaming, because I'll take that as an insult that I'm not on there. But
this park talk, forget it. Just end it now.
Yeah, pull the plug. But
this park sucks.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get over the hurt that I'm not in this that I'm not on the floor in this park. But no, yeah, really nice way to sort of acknowledge different creators on the floor there. something that I know a few people have done in their parks.
What Tommy isn't telling you is that just before we started recording this, I had to console him for half an hour because he was crying.
Yeah,
He was sobbing down the microphone at me that he wasn't on this board, and I've had to console him. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've got a box of tissues next to me just to wipe the tears away. Right, over here we have a ticket booth and guest services, and then over this side, locker rental. Oh, I'm disappointed that WebbGaming has let them get away with that. It's a pushchair. It's a pushchair. It's not a stroller. Very good pushchair, I may add, but it's a pushchair. I'm disappointed in Corey.
The funniest thing is, in Michael's new park, Three Towers, he's called it pushchair rental.
we'll get him converted to the UK terminology soon. But yeah, very very nice entrance building. I love the colour scheme of like that. It's like a browny red, and then sort of like a pale green. It works really well together. And then
some great trimming, isn't there?
Yes, yeah, and then the balconies as well. I think look really good as well. So yeah, really nice. And then the US flags just kind of give it a nice little finishing touch. We've got some handmade turnstiles just here. Was that even got a scanning machine on top? That's an extra piece. I've not seen that before. I see people use their own turnstiles, but I don't think I've seen the like a scan reader before. We'll come through here, and then we have a very bespoke bridge. It's an incredible build, that is. It looks so neat and realistic, that does, over the water.
Yeah, I completely agree.
It's really smart, and rather than just building a path and having the standard fencing going over, it just makes it a lot grander. It kind of reminds. It's a bit like the entrance on Thorpe Park. You go through the turnstiles there, and then you go over the bridge onto the island that Thorpe Park's on.
And that was the first bridge that Michael's ever built as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, definitely as a first build, it's even more impressive. It's not something built every day. How deep does it go under here? Yeah, look, that's how far down we're going. But yeah, no, very impressive. Bit of scenery, that is. And what we've got, medical centre. It's just some general offices, clock tower, and more toilets down here. I do like the boardwalk around the edge of the water there. Kind of finishes at the edge of the path off quite well, I think. It's always something I struggle with, is bringing the path to the edge of water. But you can see here, if you just delete that, that's what it actually looks like underneath when you put the path there. So just putting the wooden that's just the flat wooden roof panel into it, and then just putting that scenery piece there just makes it look just so much tidier.
It's very neatly done, very neat and compact. A great finishing touch.
Yeah, definitely. Right, as we go through the
type of thing that's easy to overlook as well.
Yeah.
It's nice that you're able to stop and appreciate that, because it's something that you just take for granted, but it's something that he's put a lot of effort into, and most people would just walk past that and not even give it a second thought.
Yeah.
But it's nice that you're able to stop and appreciate what he's actually done for like a little tiny detail, but it just adds to that realism. And sometimes like kind of people will add these little things that add the realism to a park, but they add so much realism that you just walk past them without giving them a second thought.
Yeah, no, definitely. It is, as you say, because the guests aren't bothered by it, a lot of the time the people on the game aren't going to be bothered by it. So it's always nice to look at something like that. One thing I think would be great as an addition in this area is some speakers with music. I think just having like on like a big entrance plaza, just having some like park music. I don't know whether that's just me, because I've started putting in a lot of speakers around my parks, as you've seen on the Stage Door Studios park I did. I've got music all around that. But I just think it makes a nice atmosphere. But obviously some people don't play with game sound on, so I suppose it will make a difference to them. But yeah, very nice entrance. And then I love the custom sign. The custom sign there
That
looks
is
brilliant.
incredible. It's really, really great done. Very professional and looks authentic and realistic.
Yeah, yeah. I like the water feature coming down the back of it, but I mean any custom font like that, making custom lettering, especially on console where we've not got the theme makers toolkit creations, always is quite impressive to see people put that in rather than just sticking with standard signage. Right, which way are we going, left or right?
I think for their tour they went left first. So shall we go opposite?
Yeah,
And go the opposite way to what they went.
Yeah, we'll go right. So down here, right. Well, there's the carousel. I've just heard that start up. So we'll head off right straight away. And here's your sign, Matty.
You say sign. They asked me to make them a sign, and I went a little bit overboard with it. I ended up making a great big building instead. I had about an hour and 50 minutes to make this. He gave me the park and said we are going to be recording our park tour at 9 o'clock. So you've got about an hour and 50 minutes to make something. I was like, okay, game on. So I literally threw this together in about an hour and 50 minutes.
Well, that's even more impressive. It looks fantastic.
Custom font and everything.
Yeah, looks fantastic. It looks, this is like a genuine entrance to a ride that you see in a real park. And then the realism as well in this bit, it just looks fantastic. I love the water coming out of the drain pipes. It's such a clever touch to add to the theming. So it's like a random fence panel floating there.
I don't know why that's there.
Yeah.
I blame Michael for that. That wasn't there when I did it.
we'll completely ignore that bit. But no, in terms of the other bits of realism, I mean the cables, the pipes, etc. Is it's all something that just adds to the whole Floodgate theme, really, of the ride. We'll go down the queue all the way around here, and we shall hop on. Now this is a single rail coaster, so if you are interested, it's green stats across the board. There's your rest of your stats, but as we all say, nobody actually cares about the stats because they're not that realistic and reflective. So I'll speed that up. Hop on to that train, and they want front bumper, didn't they? So let's enjoy Floodgates. What did you think to that one?
Absolutely superb. Both myself and you both watched the entire series, didn't we, of Avery Forest from episode 1 all the way through. And I remember when he built this, and it was literally just the ride, and the theming that he's done around it then afterwards is just absolutely spot on. It's so unique as well. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this in console. But I'm not sure why we haven't seen anything like this in console, because it's quite a simple premise, but expertly done.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think as well, we better point out that the challenge that they set themselves is the whole park had to be below tree height. So, below the height of the tallest trees in the park, so the kind of ones over in the distance there that you can see, which is why a lot of the coasters are built kind of, they've had to use the terrain work like this to get a lot of the speed and height on coasters. So again, that's just putting another challenge on yourself and makes it even more impressive that it's they've kind of restricted themselves to that height. So yeah, I think it's very impressive. And then obviously we've got the other bits of realism down here, where we've got. I mean, look at that. You've got wires going into a control panel there. No one's going to use it. No one's going to come out that way. It's just there, because it's just for realism. And I don't think you're going to get much more realistic than some of the elements in this part for sure.
No, this is the kind of stuff that needs to be on Planko 2, isn't it?
Yes.
Stuff like this, it needs to be on. I know that Michael spent a lot of time in that transfer track that's just behind you now. So in that building there, I mean, that is just sensational, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's I mean, you can see all the small bits of all the small bits of scenery that have gone into this. It's all the crates and boxes. It is fantastic work. And then we've got stairs going down here to another door. And then you got another control panel underneath. It just goes on and on. And like I say, no one, the staff aren't going to come down here, unfortunately. It'd be great to see like mechanics in the backstage area and doing checks on pieces of equipment like that. That would be a great addition. But unfortunately, it's not in the game just yet. I do like as well that they've put security cameras on the ride as well.
Yeah.
I think that's a nice realistic touch.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Michael is literally the master of transfer tracks on console.
Yes, definitely. I've taken some inspiration from him on some of mine before as well. So yeah, we'll head down here, and we have a bit of a food court, indoor and outdoor by the looks of it. Just a nice little open food seating area. I do like how you can get up close to the coaster, like being just like the other side of the mesh fence there, and so close to it. I think looks really cool. Always makes you always you see people in real parks getting like loads of photos and videos when you can get up that when you can get that close to them. So yeah, it's nice to see.
All around this coaster is the same as well, isn't it? You can just go and stand at the edge of the fence there and just watch it go around.
Yeah, is that a custom support?
I think he did
because you can't
the odd one or two customs. I think.
Yeah, it's because you don't get the normal supports if you build over a path. But I think it's because that isn't a path, then that's why it's there. But obviously they fenced around that at the bottom as well anyway. But that's why I was curious, because if that was over the path, it would just disappear. So we'll go around the edge here. But yeah, like you say, this is like a 360 view of this coaster. You can look at it from every possible angle, can't you?
Yeah, you certainly can. It just looks fantastic, and you can tell who decorated this ride.
Yes, yeah, definitely. This is definitely Jasmine's doing.
Do you know what? Actually, I've realised no, Jasmine did not decorate this ride.
Did she not?
Michael decorated this ride, but he took inspiration from Jasmine from the way that she does it. I remember him saying now in the review he's been watching how she decorates hers, so he wanted to kind of like replicate it. So no, Michael actually did this one.
Yeah, because I know Jasmine is brilliant at putting trees and bushes and foliage and decorating flat rides like that. So yeah, definitely at first I was thinking it was Jasmine's stuff. But yeah, really nicely designed that, and it kind of it just makes the flat ride just a little bit more I don't know, nicer to look at rather than just being on its own with a square path. It just adds so much just putting a few bushes around there.
It blends into the whole area better. It looks more naturally integrated into the area rather than just like kind of stuck down and just like chuck one or two trees around it to try and blend it in. Having that level of foliage and decoration around it, it just makes it all look natural and blended in and like it's been there for years. Yeah,
no, definitely. And then obviously the colour scheme matches with the coaster as well. And then you've got the floodgates down here. I'm assuming they're the floodgates. So we'll go round to the right. I will have to keep going back out eventually to make sure I don't miss anything. We've got another flat ride here again. very nicely decorated with the foliage. These flat rides confuse me. These are just really weird. I don't think I've ever seen one of these in real life.
No, I don't think I have either, actually. I don't particularly like them in game either, because not because they don't look cool or anything like that, but I just find them really annoying because they're so popular, but you can only get like 8 guests on at a time and it goes on forever. So they're always moaning about it all the time. Oh, I'll come back to it another time then, shall I? It's like, it's not the greatest ride in the world. Why are you that bothered?
Yeah. No, absolutely. Right. We'll go over this bridge, I think. Over here. Again, a really nicely decorated bridge. Really realistic. And it's nicely decorated. And I don't want to discredit it, but in a simple way, but it makes it look so effective. It is, it is just roofing pieces, putting that, again, using that flat wooden roof base. I think that's a great piece, by the way, to use not as a roof. I don't know why it comes under the roof section, because it looks brilliant not as a roof. And then just putting some beams across. And, look at the difference that makes to the path.
I believe this one was Corey's bridge, I think. And I think that's called Jasmine Bridge.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure that's called Jasmine Bridge, made by Corey. I don't think it's got a name on it, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was, if memory serves me right.
Yeah, like I say, it's very nicely decorated, and then obviously you've got the boat going underneath it as well. So very nicely done. Down here to a very colourful and very bright Candyland. Someone else has used the sweet pieces now. Before then, there wasn't many people using the sweet pieces. Splash zone. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so very bright, very colourful. Little water park for kids to run in, and adults if you're weird. And then we'll head down here, and straight away, I'm just going to say hello to my friend the Whirly Rig. Andy's got the pirate music. Tommy CM, there we go. Okay, fair enough. So, all right, I've not got my name on the floor at the entrance, but I've got a ride named after me, the Whirly Rig. So I'll take that. You're forgiven. You're forgiven, guys. So as always, absolutely love the Whirly Rig. But we shall take a ride on Candy. I love the decoration. I do love the like pinks and blues like this. I think it just looks brilliant. It reminds me a lot of your Rick Astley coaster in your park, Matty.
Yeah, that was ridiculous though.
Yeah,
that this is good. Mine wasn't.
Again, really nice structure to the roof there. Just makes it look a little bit, because they're just columns there all going across. Just makes it look a little bit different to just having a roof tile on. I think I take interest in the buildings because I work in construction, so I just naturally I naturally start looking at the there's the stats if you're interested, and other than that, we will take a ride on Candy front bumper. Is this on some like wait for full load setting?
Is there a mechanic in there, like kind of doing a service on it or something?
Oh no, I'm just going to do restraints go. Here we go. There we go. That was Candy. Very. I do love junior coasters. They are actually one of my favourites in the game. Although not many people use them. What did you think of that one?
I really liked it. I'm actually the same as you. I actually really like the kiddie coasters in game as well. I think they can be done really well. The only tiny critique I think I would have is I think I would have liked to have seen it do 2 laps rather than 1. I think it was a little bit on the short side. I think that would have been better being 2 laps. But the actual coaster layout itself, it was very smooth.
Yeah.
Really good introduction for kids as a ride to go on. Yeah, thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, and then down here, again, it wouldn't be this park if there wasn't a transfer track down here. So we have a little station if the train needs changing, and then obviously again just backstage area, bins, signs, barrels, etc. And then just fenced off on the edge of the water there. It just looks so nice and so realistic, in the sense of, I mean, look, that building here is really, you wouldn't notice that unless you went out of your way to look at it. Because even when if you queue up for the ride and stuff, you're not actually looking at that building. You go on the ride and get off. So the fact they put that in for realism, I think, is just, I always appreciate anything like that, any bit of detail.
You do realise that you just implied that a bright pink building was discreet and tactful. I see, like there's a certain sense of irony in that, but I 100% get what you mean. I agree with you 100%. It's just ironic.
In a bright blue and pink filled area called Candyland, believe it or not, it does actually blend in. And I love how there's a donut supporting this sign and 2 wafers. That's brilliant. I didn't notice that. Donut support. Needs to be more donut support. Dear.
Sorry. This is why people don't invite me.
Moving on, we've got some Dodgems. Again, nice addition that is, and the colours, the bright colours of the Dodgems work well. Obviously, the Dodgems as standard come with all the lights on top. So really nice addition there. I love the random food piece. It's just like a hot dog. On the middle of the coaster over here, we just had somewhat churros, ice creams, waffles. It's so fun and weirdly decorated. It just works really well. And then we have some teacups.
I love this idea.
Yeah, but teacups and shock horror, no one's riding it. Frontier need to fix that. Nobody rides the teacups. Nobody rides it.
Park.
Yeah,
when I did the spotlight for Stage Door Studios, your Alice in Wonderland teacups, there were people on it. I was shocked.
That's the only exception. These guys have just decided to sit on here. Out of all the comfy seats there is around the edge, they've decided to sit on the ones that have got jelly tops as the seats, because they're a weird family like that.
Did we actually say that this was Corey's area, by the way? I don't think we did we? No, this was WebbGaming's area.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I love this area. I love the colour scheme. I love the decoration of it. It just, and to make a kiddie area on this game without basing it off something is ridiculously hard to do. To think of a theme that would work as well as this, I think is really hard to do. Really impressive. Really impressive build this is.
Do you know what I've never really picked up on, despite the fact that I've watched the entire series, is all the custom fencing all the way through the entire area. Literally, like all that kind of multicoloured pieces of fence, he's placed every single one of them down manually. Yeah. Every single one. And I'd never actually picked up on that before.
Yeah, again, it's one of those details that people, you kind of just fly past it and just assume that it comes as standard, but you forget that he's had to go across and and place all of these, line them all up, unless he's used the move snap tool. But when he's been doing curves like this, you can't use that. So it's a very time consuming task, especially on a path like that. How much it curves. So, fantastic area that is. Love that. Over this side, we have a park. I mean, look at that. There's some monkey bars.
We're just going to stop and play.
Yeah, that's it. In fact, if I went into Plipcam mode, Let's just try that.
We're gonna do it. You can't walk across the bridges though. Unfortunately, I found that out in Planco Frontierland because I went to play, and it doesn't let you walk across the rope bridges for some reason.
Oh right, we've got the ladder.
I was really disappointed actually.
Oh, never mind. I'll walk on top of the monkey bars.
Oh, there you go. You've cheated the system.
There we go. Yeah, really, really good build that is. And again, something like that, don't underestimate the time that takes to make the little details and stuff. Again, you got to realise that people aren't going to use this. Unfortunately, I wish they would, but they don't. So the fact that time and effort's gone into making that is again really impressive. Now I need to get off of this. Down the slide. Whee!
Whee!
We've got a roundabout there. And some swings. Is that? Yeah. Sorry. For some reason, I think yeah. It's not though, is it?
It is. Custom made.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah.
I was looking.
It's not on a path. Yeah, because it's not on a path, so he wouldn't have been able to place it. So he's actually had to make custom benches.
I was looking at like that little detail there in the middle of the screen there, and thinking how. Oh, it's because it's the fencing, isn't it? So it will have the same effect. I was wondering how you got that on. That's why I was wondering. Wow, again, then that is really impressive. That shows how realistic it looks. Is that I genuinely didn't think that. I had to double take because I was in clip cam mode. I just thought it was a really big bench because I was zoomed in. But no. And the edging fencing here, the little post, I think looks really good. That's a really nice style. So down here, some more food and drink.
So Michael and Corey and Jasmine all stated that this area was all three of their favourites area of the park, because this is the one area of the park where all three of them actually worked on it together, rather than it being one person doing like one area and then moving on. All three of them like actually worked on this one area together. So yeah.
This zipper is fantastic. I love the theming around the trees here for that, and this fencing is brilliant. I love that fencing around the ride and around the edge of the path there. I think that works really well. And obviously that flows round to the building where we have a Professor Wurst. It's my German accent coming out there. And even
good.
even then, on the back of that, look, we've got the level of detail with the generator and the wires going into the air conditioning unit is so the level of detail is absolutely crazy. But when you notice it, it's just so impressive to see. Mountain climber. Again, that looks really nice as a sign. The vines going up the wood looks really nice.
So simple yet so effective.
Yeah. So here we have the entrance. More custom fencing.
We should probably say as well that this park is 128% on a PS5 because they use the glitch.
Yeah.
So we should have probably said this. So that's why there's so much in this park, because they've got like 30% extra than what they're supposed to do on a PS5, and yet it still runs smooth. So.
Yeah. No, absolutely. If my PS5 breaks, I know who I'm suing. So there's the stats for Mountain Climber. There's the results. Everyone seems to be getting on, and we will hop onto front bumper and get ready to go in a minute. If we have to wait like last time, I've been fuming. So here's Mountain Climber. There we go. What a coaster that is. I absolutely love wooden coasters, so yeah, I really enjoyed that. What's your thoughts on that?
Second, what you said, I think it's absolutely brilliant. What I really like is how high it goes and some of the drops, but it never leaves the ground.
Yeah, it kind of hugs the terrain, doesn't it?
It hugs the terrain all the way around, and absolutely brilliant. So this was Jasmine who built this one.
Yeah.
And she said it was her favourite ride that she's ever built in the game, and I can see why. I think she absolutely nailed it on this ride. I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, no, I absolutely 100% agree. I mean, you know, as you say, with it being so close to the terrain the whole way round, you really just do feel like you're kind of racing through the forest and racing through the hills. And then you have those sort of like buildings as, you know, as pieces along the track. There's even a camera system there, isn't there? Just there. So yeah, really great coaster that. I do love that. Try and find the exit, because I know that was down here somewhere. There it is, isn't it? There's the exit. Right.
Somewhere around here.
Yeah. Well, we're back to here anyway. Ridge swing. Again, nicely blended in. Nice use of this fencing again. But yeah, just, you know, it's a nice flat ride that does the right job in this area, I think. So
yeah.
And then we have a Photoshop for mountain climber. So there we are. We've got some people working there. We've got some screens. Two of them are broken. And then obviously nice use of the tree image as well, rather than just putting random Planet Coaster images. Just
it
make it
makes
look
sense
more,
as well for the ride.
Yeah, it makes it look more realistic like that way. Some gates here for more of a backstage area. And look at the size of this. It's ridiculous how far the backstage works go. You can just get lost in as to how much stuff there is back here. All the storage.
It really is a mega park, isn't it? It really is a mega park.
Yeah, the storage crates, an underground tunnel is just it's absolutely crazy. All this inside it, this is just getting silly now. How much detail this park has got in it. And
there's a reason that we are doing this spotlight on Tommy's channel and not on my channel, because there's no way this video would have ever been under an hour, and I have to have them under an hour for PlayStation. With me doing it on PlayStation, they have to be under 60 minutes, whereas Tommy can do as long as they want. So that's why we're doing it for your channel, isn't it? Because how would you do this park in under an hour? It's not possible.
No, you wouldn't. But and then what is it? Is this just the road system around the park outside as well?
Yeah.
Which is, that's just crazy. Anyway, before I get lost as to where I'm going down there, so that is the exit to the ride, not where I was before. So I think we are back up to the way that we came past. Because that just go to a staff room? Yeah, it does. Back up past Candyland, and we'll go around this way.
Do you know what I really like seeing?
What's that?
Is both me and you have done spotlights on our channels for Michael and Jasmine's parks. So we had Trinity Lake, Canyon Valley of Michael's, and then we had Sweetheart Lane, and there was another one of Jasmine's. I can't remember which one it was. But it was the joint one, wasn't it, that we did for your channel? Jasmine's last one. Jasmine's last park, was it? I can't remember what it was named. But the evolution that we have seen of Michael and Jasmine as creators as they've come, and then to add Webb into it as well, Corey, to see how they've evolved as creators, comparing their first parks to this, it's like chalk and cheese, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, what I like as well, this path, right? I'm just going down here. This path is ridiculously long, but all the guests are using it. like sometimes when you put a path this long around the edge of the park, a lot of the guests will just leave it and go another way or something. But you know, even though the path is is this long, there's a lot of interaction on it, and just because we've not seen enough already, there's even more backstage area down here, even more units, another tunnel underground. I mean, it just goes on and on, doesn't it? The backstage and realism pieces.
That tunnel actually goes all the way through to the other side.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, I'll try not to get lost, but I feel like
it's
I'm on
crazy, isn't it?
I feel like I'm on a racing game here. But yeah, it's there. I see back at Candyland there. Go all the way through here. I'm gonna get. I hope no one suffers from epilepsy watching this, because I'm going that fast.
Disclaimer on this video.
Yeah. Back up to the path, but yeah, that's just an insane build on top of the rest of the park. What have we got down here? Staff only and toilets. Oh, and then we've got one of these weird, trippy, crazy, weird flat rides that I think there's only one or two that exist in the world. I believe Michael went on one of these the other month. He did like a vlog from a park in America with it, but yeah, you'll never catch me on one of them.
Didn't he say he didn't like it?
Yeah, he was saying it was too intense. But yeah, you'd never catch me on one of them. I would be.
I don't think I would go on one of them actually.
No, I wouldn't be very that. Again, another nice little flat ride out in the middle of the forest. They're all kind of tucked away off the main path, which is nice. So it kind of, rather than them being cluttered around a crowd of people, it's nice that they just sit back. And then we'll go down here. I hope I don't miss anything in this park. I'm trying my best not to, but once I've been all the way around, I will zoom out and double check. Now, Raging Races. Now, I'm excited to look at this one. So I remember seeing the video for this one. So this is a dueling coaster. And, I mean, the sign, although the text signs are from the game, this, like, the whole sign here, including, like, the tyres and the cars, I think just looks fantastic as a welcoming section.
It's so unique, isn't it? So original.
Yeah. And it's symmetrical as well. They've managed to get the path perfectly symmetrical, which isn't easy because the pathing in this game is an absolute pain in the backside sometimes. So you come through.
So? No one else has ever said that. Only every Plenco player ever.
you come through here and you've got a great view of the start of these dueling coasters. I want to kind of hang about just to see them take off. But yeah, I love this whole section. I can't remember who it was that made this. I think this was Corey one.
Corey. Yeah. Corey made this WebbGaming. Yeah.
So yeah, again, fantastic build this is.
Do you know what it really makes me think of? And I don't think it was intentionally done that way. It really makes me think of a railway line when it comes out the station. Like kind of how it'll generally have one big building just as they pull out of the station, and they'll pull out the station quite slow, and they'll have this big wide area next to them and everything, like where we should have parking. Reminds me of that.
Yeah. No, I know what you. I know what you mean by that. And there we go. Yeah, that just looks really good. You got the sign there as well, and then down here to the two queues. Do you want to go on sort of red fire?
Oh, I'll let you choose. You're in control of the camera.
I want to go blue ice.
I wanted to go red.
Well, you should have chosen then. Tough luck. Down over here. I like that. I like the U-turn signs in the queue.
I've never seen anyone use them in that manner before.
No, he's got the road signs direct into the entrance. That's really clever. So yeah, we'll get inside here, and we'll just speed up the train so it comes back a little bit quicker. There we are. Come on in. So this is the blue ice one. Green stats. There's the results if you are interested, as always, and we'll go front bumper. And yeah, who's your money on to win this race?
I think red always wins it. I think, but I'm not sure. I can't remember. I think there's a little tiny bit of a delay in them, but we'll see.
Yeah, Blue's the winner. Look at that. Just over the line.
Only just.
Yeah, to time coasters like that is very impressive. To get them at the right, to build the track symmetrical like that is, is very very impressive to do. So I absolutely love that. He's so good, and you could imagine. I'd say more of an American park having a coaster like that. You can imagine that actually being like a whole area of a of a theme park somewhere. Just the level of detail on it is brilliant, and the theming as well. The road theming. You got the camera crews down here near the crash. It's all of that I absolutely loved. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it was absolutely sensational. I'd be lying if I said that I didn't think it required just a very bit of slight smoothing, just in the odd one or two places, but it was incredible. It was just the way that he's done that, and just following on from what you said, the way that he's incorporated the two rides together is just insane. And you see it so much on PC as well. You see so many PC players, and you see it on Channel 5 Gaming all the time. People creating these dueling coasters and very clever coasters with like ones on top of each other and things like that. You don't see it on console.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen. I haven't done a spotlight with a dueling coaster yet on console. Not one.
I think I've done two off the top of my head, which is Ride the Movies Horror, which I know yet to do, and then one Fairyland by Mustang Glen has got dueling coasters. That was Panther versus the Leopard or something it was called, and they were wing coasters, which was an interesting one to do. And that again, or any time there's dueling coasters in time like that is just brilliant.
I remember when I very first picked up the game, one of the very first things that I tried to do was a triple coaster on the same track, and I'd barely learned how to play the game, and it's kind of semi-worked, but then I realised that I was biting off way more than I could chew, trying to do something like that before I learned the intricacies of the game and everything. And it might be something that I try and revisit later, I think, maybe.
Yeah. This hammer swing, what a view you get on that. Over, when that takes off and you're looking over there, what a view that is. Your coaster's underneath, but you can see the mountains in the distance as well. That's really cleverly placed on the edge of that hill.
You wouldn't get me on that. No way. Not a chance.
Well, I'd just be upset if I had to sit on this side and face this way. Not that this isn't as nice to look at, but that's just a lot better view. So but no, really nice, really nicely, very nice, simple canopy over the top of the queue line there, and just generally works really well with the forest theme. Down this way. What's this one? Perilous Plunge. So this is the one where they said about going on chase mode, didn't they? It was chase, wasn't it?
I can't remember now off the top. Sorry.
I will try and do my best to bring it up. Once we go around the key line. It is, yeah, it's chase mode. That's what you call multitasking.
Just look right here. Just look right whilst you're walking on the queue.
Look at that. That is insane, isn't it?
That's incredible. It looks like an entire park. You wouldn't think that this is on the outskirts of the park. That's bigger than some entire parks that we spotlight. This one ride.
Yeah, definitely. So inside here, got a cowboy. Try and get a train back in the station. So here we go. I was going to say it's a long track. We're still waiting for him to come back. Change over. Right. Perilous Plunge. There's the stats. And in we go. And we will go in chase. I think from here it's just a lift hill back up to the station, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is the end of the ride. But what a ride that was. That has some absolute crazy layout. I mean, look at the size of it. Look at the area that takes up. It's
massive footprint in it.
Yeah, it's huge, but really nicely done. Really nice style. There's so many elements like this of like hang time where it kind of holds you upside down and then flips you back round again. I'd love to go on one of these RMC coasters in real life, but unfortunately not had a chance yet. But the inversions here are so cleverly done, and again, as we said before, because they're trying to stick with the tree height, using the terrain down here and the drops, that's the way that they're going to have to do it. Because obviously this isn't taller than those trees. So yeah, just really, really nicely done. And I like the fact I do like the fact it finishes down here and then takes you back up at the end. I think that's a very interesting way of doing things, because you naturally would want to make the track go back to the station, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And so
it's original.
Yeah, definitely. And then, I mean, it's almost just like you almost just kind of expect it now. But the lights and the cameras, etc., on the rides all the way around here, as you can see there, and then he's got lights going all the way up the lift hill. You know, you got lights all the way down here. The time obviously to place them on as well. It's just thinking about those extra little pieces, and it makes such a difference. Especially, I'll flick it to night time over this way. Especially there, look, that looks fantastic at night.
It looks amazing, doesn't it?
Yeah, really nice effect. But we shall carry on around the rest of the park. So that's just like a toilet block with a staff room down the back.
What really makes me laugh is that Michael had been so constrained in this park, because we both know what Michael's like with his great big monstrosities of rides that he likes to do, these huge coasters, and he was so constrained all the way through the series, and then in the very last episode he creates this absolute mammoth of a ride. It's absolutely massive. It's like he literally couldn't contain it anymore. And he just had to put the biggest ride he could possibly create in the park. And it really made me laugh. It proper made me chuckle.
Yeah, no, he's. I know he definitely loves his big coasters, and that is certainly one of them for sure. I do like how the opening like footpaths and stuff are all like squared off. It's not just that he obviously thinks about the opening, as opposed to just letting the game do it itself, which I think looks really nice. And this roof as well, I've only just noticed this, the curved beams along this roof, they look really nice.
He's even got different colours as well, look. Differing colours as well.
Yeah, it's very marginal, but it's enough to notice it and make it look nice. So, then we've got a little toilet block again. So we go back out.
I mean, we're coming up for an hour on this park tour now, and we've still got quite a bit to do, I think, as well. It's not even like we're almost done.
No,
there's still quite a lot to look at.
Well, we'll go on to Forest Frenzy, which is through here. So this is a Typhoon coaster. There's the rest of your stats. And we'll jump straight on this one when they get in, because I'm not going to sit and wait again. There we are, restraints on. Right. Front bumper, let's go. There we go. What are your thoughts on that one?
I think it's literally kind of just rinsing and repeating what we've already said. I think it was absolutely brilliant. It was similar to the coaster that Jasmine made, the way that it kind of like hugs the ground.
Yeah.
And I thought certainly the starting section was so unique, original. And this was actually Corey's younger brother who made this.
All right.
For them. He asked if he could make them a park, so his younger brother actually made this ride for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, just higher phase section is just so unique, and I love the fact that you can see the path as you're going down as well.
Yeah.
So as you're walking up the path, you can see it, and then as you're on the ride, yeah, absolutely brilliant. I thought it was fantastic. The only thing is, there is quite a lot of clipping on it, but I know that Michael explained there wasn't originally clipping, so there was a bit of terrain there that was clipping through, there was trees that were clipping through it and bushes, so this was part of the glitch that he'd done, and this was one of the rides that he had blueprinted and then placed back in, and he'd had to kind of like try and place the entire ride onto this section kind of thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's why. So when we watched the POV in the series, obviously there was no clipping, but now there is, and that's why.
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, it is one of the downsides of the glitch, but obviously it does have its benefits that outweigh the cons, I think. So we'll go over here. Some more food and drink sections. Now we get to the river rapids. Now I'm excited for this. This was one of my favourite episodes of the series. So yeah, really excited to see these rapids in action. I love the path going down here. The path and looking over the side of the rapids is really good.
The elevation changes in the entire park, isn't it? That's not something that we've touched upon, is it really? Is the elevation of this park. It's so natural and well done. They'd done all the terraforming before they started. They'd gone through the entire map and terraformed everything before they started, and was like, right, this is what we've got to work with. We'll work around the terraforming we've already done.
Yeah. No, it's using the terrain tool is not an easy task in the game, actually to this level as well, this degree. So yeah, really impressive. There we go. Hey, music. You see, look, we've got the theme being set. For some reason, I've just started using a lot of music in the game, and I love it. I love the sign there, Rock River. The way that curves around the edge of the ride, I think looks brilliant.
Incredible. Do you know what's such a shame is that, and I know I'm just going to rile you up now, so I don't know why I'm saying it, because I'm just going to set you raging. But the fact that you can't put custom music in, so with you doing the Alton Towers park now, and you can't put the Alton Towers music in your series, it's almost criminal, to be honest, because your park is so good, that Alton Towers series, it's incredible, it's like for like recreation, but it's just missing that final touch of the music.
Yeah, no, I'd love custom music in any of my parks. To be fair, I'd have so much fun, and I mean, you know me, I like to be stupid on these sorts of things. So I'd have so much fun and just like laughing about with it if I could put music on. I'm trying to find the right boat here. Which one is just leaving the station? It's this one, isn't it?
Yeah.
There we go. Right, we'll actually ride this. Let's go.
Chase?
Yeah, we're going chase.
Shall we talk through this one as well? Because it's only a bit rapid, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm really loud.
But no, as you know, one of my bugbears is the river rapids. Naturally, when I think is too slow, but this is built on a bit of a slope here, which is why it's a little bit quicker. But this is what I always say: is on a river rapids, you've got to theme the edge of the track. You know, like you've got the rocks here on each side. You have to theme it to make it look immersive.
Yeah, and Corey did such a good job on this as well, theming it like that. All the buildings and the foliage and just even like the mist and the water supply here as you go through this little bit here. It's just absolutely fantastic. I don't know. Corey did such a good job in this park with the dueling coaster and with this as well. I don't know. Don't ask me at the end of the review which is my favourite. I can't answer that. Because there's so many
I imagine you'd get wet in the queue line if you were stood below there.
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
There we go. Everyone's just got whiplash from bumping into the boat in front. I love how they all jolt there. Like, they've just speed this up. You watch them all jolt forward in a sec. No. That's brilliant. But no, yeah, the ride itself is quality. The sort of, you know, the dark ride section in here, and all the animatronics is fantastic. The whole setting of it there just fits really well. And
it's a really small thumbprint, isn't it? As well.
It is, yeah. It's a small thumbprint, and all of it. If you think before he's themed that, all of that is suspended in the air. None of that is on the floor. You know, because of the terrain. This section obviously is already starting slightly in the air, and the rest of this, before he's put the wall in, it's all in the air. So that just shows that you can build a rapids, you know, in the air as anyone can. It shows you the difference that theming makes on this for sure. So
It's incredible. It's one of the best river rapids in the game, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
On console, certainly up there with the best of them.
Right, I think I'll go over this way. This boat ride is kind of carried on throughout, and all the bridges that we've walked over.
Yeah.
The boat ride just kind of flows between them all.
I've got a feeling we're almost done, you know, I think.
Yeah, so we're at the chair swing. Love a good chair swing. What? Like the Whirly Rig is my favourite Planet Coaster game, but a twing in real life is one of my favourite flat rides. I just for some reason it's just really enjoyable. I just really enjoy chair swing.
That was Jasmine's. Jasmine did that one, I think.
Yeah. I mean, again, the flowers and the foliage and whatnot, it just works really well. Again, these things are very traditional, as you can tell by the design of the ride. So it's just you don't need to go over the top with theming it, because there's not really much you can theme it with the fact that the chairs fly out like that. But so sticking with flowers and stuff, that's the way to do it, and it's done really well. And then we have a food court down here. I can hear this carousel.
Could you possibly just stop and have a look at them umbrellas that Corey made? I remember him showing them in this series.
Oh, good shout, yeah.
These umbrellas were incredible. So simple, yet so effective.
Wow. 67 driftwood planks. Well, 60-ish, and then all the other pieces. But wow, that must have been a fun 20 minutes to sit and place them in. But that looks incredible. Like I say,
copy paste.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, that's how realistic it looks. Is that I just came down there and went, oh, very nice food court, etc. Forgetting that he'd made that, and then you pointed it out, and I wouldn't have noticed any other difference. That's how realistic it looks. And then he's got the coaster supports, their anti-lock as the base. So I want to see what that lighting looks like. Actually, I've just seen that. There you go. That's what the lighting in the area looks like. So yeah, really nicely done.
I think what he said was, if memory, it's going right back to the very start of the series. I think somewhere on the pole there's supposed to be a button or something, and he's done it like kind of, in the UK, like kind of when you go outside and you have the I don't think there was a button, but the reason he's put the red lights is you press the button and it's like kind of a smoking area.
Yeah, it's like a heater, isn't it? Yeah. So no, really.
What was that? Just turn the camera around. What's that in the sky up there?
It's a light.
Uh-oh. I could just see it. I was like, what is that? I thought it was
there's just
balloon or something.
Nope, there's just a random light floating about. It's just on its own, so we'll get rid of that. But no, yeah. So that's that bit. I keep hearing this carousel, which is just here. Again, very nicely done. Nice path, nice bright colours. It's just everything you need for a carousel, really. There's not much more to add to that. Just very nice. And the music as well of a carousel always looks good. The sound's good. It doesn't look good. What am I on about? Right, I'm going to zoom out and just make sure that I've actually covered everything in here. Because we went round this way, didn't we? That's Mountain Climber that we did. I think we have covered everything, haven't we, there?
I think so, yeah. I think we have. Don't think we missed anything.
The fact that it's taken this long to check is ridiculous. it's not just a case of zoom out going, yep, I've seen all that. But yeah, what a part that is. What an incredible build. I mean, it's...
I think it is the first mega park on console, isn't it? I can't think of another mega park like this. This is the type that you see on a PC.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of trees for a start that have gone into this, is insane. I bet if you took away all the rides and stuff, the trees alone would be, there'd be hundreds or thousands of them being placed. But again, obviously, it is set in a forest, so it adds to the theme, and they've all, it's got a purpose there. It's not just spamming a tree for the sake of it, and it's a nice mixture of trees. Although they're all a similar colour, the styles of trees are different, so it makes it more realistic like that. I know some people when they first start, they just want to spam the same tree and think that makes it look good, and it doesn't. You have to mix them up. But yeah, what a part.
I love what they've done with almost kind of like building a canopy of trees as well. So they put like a row of trees down, but then they put a row of trees like kind of in the middle but higher up. So it looks like kind of all the differing heights of trees. So in that back left corner, from where you're facing right now, I love that kind of effect there. It's like so there's trees on top of trees, but it looks really natural and really like beautifully integrated into the area.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And then obviously they've got the water down here as well, which also flows through the park. You kind of forget that as well, that they'd have had to put that in with obviously all the terrain work, put this river in that the boat ride is sat on. Again, it's just, another bit of terrain work and another bit of area of the park that just considers a bit of thought really in design, and it just everything in it just looks so. It really does. I could see this being a genuine park. My favourite area, if I had to pick one of my favourite areas, it would probably be Candyland, just because I love the colour scheme. I love the pink and blue colour scheme, and it's definitely not because there's a Tommy CM Whirly-Rig in there. But no, I do love the colour scheme. And then probably my favourite coaster, as much as I love the Duelling ones, I think the wooden coaster for me, Mountain Climber, was my favourite, just because it hugs the terrain so well and kind of flows through the trees. What would you say yours would be?
My favourite area would probably be around the river rapids.
Yeah.
Just because of the architecture of the buildings and the way that the ride is just so naturally integrated into the scene, and all the elevation changes around this area they just blow my mind. How they've managed to get the coaster on the right that goes right the way down past the path, and then also the rapids built into that terrain change is just breathtaking. Favorite coaster, I think I'd have to say the Duelling coaster.
Yeah.
The Duelling coaster, like I said, I know I said it needed a bit of smoothing, but despite that, it's still my favourite of the park. I think it's absolutely incredible. And I also really like Floodgates as well. I think Tommy nailed that single rail coaster, whatever it's called.
Tommy nailed it, did I?
Michael, sorry. It's getting late. We've been here for a while, and that building is just pucker as well.
I was going to say I like the coaster. The scenery and the sign and stuff could be a bit improved, but yeah. But we'll take a quick look at night time over the whole park, just so You can see the park lit up. It's not overly lit up because obviously you wouldn't have lights everywhere on a park like this, but I like the fact that the areas where the guests are going to be walking are lit up. Obviously the coasters themselves are in the dark, but the areas where the guests are walking, are lit up, so the paths are all very nice and clear and concise. So yeah, that does look really good, especially down this bit. The green lighting. I don't know. Are they green lights or are they white lights and just reflecting off the trees because they're that close?
I think it's white lights. Just the reflections and the shadows. It's kind of like casting. It's beautifully lit around here.
Yeah,
I really like it. But it's clearly supposed to be a daytime park, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. But
yeah, really good though.
Yeah, so that was Avery Forest. As I say, I'll leave the description to the park and to M&J Games and WebbGaming. I'll leave their channel links in the description below. I'll leave Iron Matty's in the description below as well. So yeah, thank you for joining me again, Matty.
We haven't quite finished yet. There's one more thing.
Oh, what is there?
3-word park review.
Yeah, really big park. There you go, really big park.
Oh, come on. You were like spot on there as well. You were proper ready for it. You were waiting for it, weren't you?
I was waiting for it.
I need to come up with something new to trip people up.
Detailed, immense, and immersive. There you go.
Nice.
Three words that are a bit better than really big park.
I would say console's first mega park. Is mega park considered one word or two? Because it's got a hyphen in the middle, isn't it?
No.
I don't know if that counts as...
But I'll let you off. So, if you have enjoyed that, then please do give the video a thumbs up. And if you aren't subscribed, make sure you do subscribe so you don't miss any more future videos on the channel. Other than that, I will leave all the details below for Matty's, M&J Games and WebbGaming's YouTube channels, and I shall see you in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.